Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about disclosure of interest in trade. So a lot of people having problem don't know when to disclose, and today we're going to talk about it. So there are few situations that we have to look at when we fill in this form. So who should fill this form? Agent who buy or sell properties for themselves must disclose. Agent who buys or sells property for other licensees, they have to disclose. Agent who buys or sells property for spouse or direct family members, they have to disclose this form. And agent who buy or sell property for company which she or he or spouse family member who owns 5% or who receives 5% of profit has to disclose. A person who is a director, officer, partner, or who owns 5% of share of a real estate brokerage or who receives 5% profit of this real estate brokerage has to disclose. Okay, so now we go back to the form and see how we can fill in the form. So if you're disclosing, then notice to the seller, or let's say, or seller or the buyer, say Mr. Bob Smith. And the address of the property we're purchasing or selling is 123 ABC Street. Okay, and then we put in legal description here, and then I, Charles, Zhou, Craig. Put your own name here. Depending that you're selling for yourself, then you click the first one. That's for I am acquiring or disposing of real estate and or. So you can choose the second one. You can put Mary Smith, relationship, wife. Or you can put John Smith, or you can use another name. They may be your son. So Part B, acquisition of real estate by licensee or associate. So you have to check the real estate is to be held for personal rental or other use. You can check on that. Or the real estate is to be resold. You can also check on that. If the real estate is to be resold, make the following disclosure as applicable. I am negotiating or have negotiated. My associate is negotiating or has negotiated the resale of the real estate on the following term. So most times we use the first one. This section to be completed if the licensee or associate is offering to acquire the real estate as a tenant. So if they are the tenant, the real estate is to be held for personal or other use, or is it to be sublet? So you have to choose which purpose that you're using. Most times we're not offering to acquire the real estate as tenant, so we rarely use this section unless you live in the property as a tenant. And the next section here, normally what you put here is for your commission and for your associate how much they're getting, and are you getting any money from others. So you will be calculating by percentage a formula that you use in this case, because a number you could put here, if you accept my or my associate's offer, real estate commission or other remuneration will be earned or received by my associate, another buyer or tenant, or by me in the approximate amount as follows. So it's approximate amount. So you just put an amount here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's approximate amount that you're getting from this deal. You can use your offer price to calculate. And Parsi is important. Disposal of real estate owned or rented by licensee or associate. So if you're selling the property for yourself or your associate, then you check the first one. My associate is an owner of the real estate. Or or my associate is a tenant of the real estate. So normally we check the first one if you own the property. Part D is place. Let's say Richmond. And we choose date. And then we sign here. Signature of licensee. That's where we sign. And for the client who we disclose it to, they will be fill in the second section here. And over here it says council rule definition. You read that. Are you part of this associate? Then you fill in whatever that's suitable in your situation. And lastly, brokerage use. You don't have to do that. After the other party signs it, they will have to sign by their brokerage. And you get a copy after they're signed. So make sure you disclose all the information to the other party to prevent litigation.